بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين.
Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, he canceled offensive jihad. He canceled it. Not canceled it forever like the modernists today do. He said, the Khilafah before me had so much strength, and we acquired, during the time of Muawiyah radiallahu anh, we acquired, I think, the most land we ever acquired. Muawiyah radiallahu anh is one of the best Sahaba we have, radiallahu anh. Him and Muawiyah, we don't curse Muawiyah or Ali ibn Abi Talib. We say radiallahu an Muawiyah and radiallahu an Ali ibn Abi Talib. Because if you degrade Muawiyah, you degrade what? You degrade what? What do you degrade when you degrade Muawiyah? You degrade this. You degrade the Quran. Because Muawiyah wrote parts of the Quran. And Muawiyah was a writer of the Quran. So if we say Muawiyah was evil, he was this, he was that, then you got parts of the Quran we have a problem with, the ones he wrote. Because his character is no good. We can't accept that part of it. Muawiyah radiallahu anhu was a just Sahabi. Like I say about all the Sahaba, as long as you prove he's a Muslim one time and die, he's a just Sahabi. That's it. What happened between them? That our word from we save our tongues from. This is Muawiyah radiallahu anhu. He acquired so much land. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz came. He said, I'm going to unite a little bit. So he put on hold the offensive jihad. And he took the army and used them in other matters. That's why the Islamic nation back then prospered to the point that they go around from where Umar ibn Abdul Aziz to Yemen, to Arabian Peninsula, Islamic world, and the caravan come going around town to town. Where's those who need to get married? Where's those who have ducks? Where's those who need to go to Hajj? And the caravan comes back just like it left. Nothing dry. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz said, you guys didn't spend the wealth of the Ummah. You didn't do like I told you. He said, Umar, you make everyone rich. No one needs any more wealth. No one needs to get married. No one has debt on him. He said, okay. You know what he ended up doing? Go buy seeds and take it all the way to the tops of the mountain and feed the birds. So much wealth, we don't know what to do with it. Go in the desert and in the mountain and feed the birds. This is the Khilafah of Islam. This is the mercy of Islam. No, when you went around saying anyone wanted to get married, anyone that, it was for the Christian and the Jews and the Muslim. It wasn't only for the Muslim. That's why when Umar ibn Abdul Aziz died, the bishops of the peace cried over Umar ibn Abdul Aziz more than the Muslims cried over him. Because he even fulfilled their debt. That we're in charge of them. They're going to be under our control. We have to be the leaders. We have to be in charge of them. But they got to be under our control. And we got to treat them right, just like Umar ibn Abdul Aziz did. We don't belong under their control. We can't belong under their control. The word of La ilaha illallah must be supreme. But when we're in charge, like Umar ibn Abdul Aziz did, he goes around and fulfills their own debt, marries them off, helps them, even gives them money to refurnish their churches. This was the time of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. So he put the Islamic offensive jihad on hold to fix up the nation and educate them Islamically. This was his wisdom, radiallahu anhu. So what he did, the leader of the Romans, the empire of the Romans, said, it's a good time to make a peace treaty with Ummah. So he sent him a messenger. He said, Umar, let's make a peace treaty so the borders be in peace all the time between us and you. Umar said, yes, we want peace with you now. It's time for peace. So Umar sent a messenger back to make the peace treaty. When the messenger entered the land of the Romans, he seen someone chained up, his eyes popped out, and he's like an animal on the floor, on his hands and knees, and he's walking in circles like an animal who plows, and he was plowing. This messenger of Umar went up to this man, amazed, and every time this man slows down, there's a man there to whip him to keep going. So he went up to him. He left all the people. He had two lines. This is the messenger of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. He had two lines waiting for him. He waited for him to greet him with respect, like the red carpet we have today. So he went over there, he left all that, and he went to that man. He heard him recite the Quran. He said, Assalamu alaikum. The man said, someone telling me Assalamu alaikum in the lands of the Romans? He said, Assalamu alaikum, I'm the messenger of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. He said, Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. He said, what's your story? What's going on there? You're like an animal thrown in the Islam and chained up like an animal. He said, I am related to the empire of the world. I heard about Islam and I said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. When they heard about that, the empire sat me up in front of him and told me, you have two choices. You either go back to our religion and you marry one of my daughters and you get part of my wealth and you rule part of my land and you pass this on to your kids and your kids to come. Or you stay on Islam, I'm going to pop your eyes out. You know how he popped his eyes out? By those rods that you use in barbecue, made them red hot. This is how they used to pop their eyes out. Red hot, the ones used for barbecue. Make them red hot and come down in his eye. He said, we either do that or you stay on Islam, we're going to pop your eyes out and you're going to be a slave and a servant like an animal. This was the messenger of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. He said, this is true. He said, Wallahi, this will happen. He went back. I'm not needing no one. They oppressed one Muslim. Not hundreds. Every day in Palestine and India, you're going to hear people dying. One Muslim. This wasn't, we came to noon. Yani you hear, say, 5 Palestinians died. What's new? A town in India got burned down. They burned them alive. What's new? We became immune to it. This man traveled all this distance. He's seen one man who cracked, one Muslim, not dead. He's alive. He said, I'm not going to meet with him. Go back. You know, Umar ibn Abdul Aziz was one of the most peaceful men you ever hear of in the history probably of the world. Yani, in his history, all you hear about him is crying. He stay up all night and cry, and cry, and cry. One woman came to him one time to visit him. Before she said what she had to say, she started crying. Umar cried. He didn't know what was going on. He just cried. This was how mellow his heart was. The Ummah. So the man went back to him. He said, did you meet him? No, Khalid told the Muslim. He said, why? Went there, I seen this man chained up, and he told him the story. You know what happened to this peaceful man? This worshipper of the night? His veins were about to pop out of his face. His veins were about to pop out of his face. He was enraged. Called the writer. They brought the writer. Right. From Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, the Khalifa of the Muslim, to the dog of the Romans. Whenever peace, we were men of peace. You oppress one Muslim, it's the dog now. To the dog of the Romans, the Muslim. You free that man that you know the story of with honor. For Wallahi alladhi la ilaha illa hu. Wallahi, by Allah, the one and only one, I'm going to step on your land with my feet. Not only that, Wallahi alladhi la ilaha illa hu, I'm going to put my foot on your neck. That's the end of the letter. He takes it over there. As soon as you read the letter, you know what? They free that man. And the leader of the Roman himself bathes him. And puts him in a new dress. And sends guards with him to Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. Then he tells Umar ibn Abdul Aziz in a follow-up message, what about the treaty with us? No treaty with you now. We know what kind of people you are. No treaty now with you. This was the honor of the Muslim when they woke. We have to raise an ummah with honor. We can raise an ummah that says our brothers and sisters being annihilated to other world, and we think this is this is okay. This is how the Muslim ummah should belong. No, we may not be able to do something at times, but this is not how the ummah belongs. The ummah belongs supreme. One drop of one Muslim's blood is worse than this globe in its entirety. This is what we must believe in. We can't believe they annihilate us and kill us, and we extend the hand of peace. No, this is not what Islam is all about. Islam is to live your honor. Why we invite other people to Islam if we're low? Why? What do they have in Islam? Why did the slaves and the black people and the unfortunate people be the first ones to embrace Islam? Because they seen in Islam honor for them. If we don't provide honor for ourselves and the new Muslims, what do people need with Islam? What do they need with Islam? Islam is of honor. That's part of Islam. So these are stories that the Prophet ﷺ taught. So the followers of the Sahaba. Your followers of the Sahaba, you have to live in honor. Like the Sahaba, like Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, radiallahu anhu.